Welcome back once again, everybody. This is another viewer game analysis. We're going to be following Angel King playing Ullr this time round. And in this game, he goes 7-1-5, which states that he probably should win this game. However, he's currently in Bronze 2. The game goes on for 37 minutes. And when we asked him a couple of questions, how do you think you played in the game? First off, I think I'm better than Bronze 2. I think I played okay. My laning phase was good. I probably should have rotated more and earlier. Okay. What aspects of the game did you struggle with? I might have missed some of my autos. Also, some positioning problems. What happened because we almost always fought 4v5. Most of the enemies were fed. Okay. What aspects of the game did you feel comfortable with? I'm awesome at hitting my hail of arrows. 1 or 2 nice snipes in this game. 2, and I usually hit a good amount of autos. Okay. So, he feels that this game went pretty confident. He feels he should be above the rank he's at. So let's see how this game begins at the beginning. And go from there. It's a long game, and if it works out that Angel really didn't do too much wrong, which can happen, we may move on quite sharply, but we'll see how it goes. And first thing to note straight away, if you're going to stand in the blue buff area like this, expect to possibly die now and again, because this is a random position that's not going to be great for you. Eventually, boys and girls, eventually, people will realise that grouping up in ranked games means that you're going to be able to put the pressure on a team very, very quickly and very, very easily. Like, they're going to be able to group up, find a pick early on, and give your team the advantage. And when that starts to happen in Smite, which will eventually, you're going to get yourself caught out of position. Now, start this game, you should have pulled that buff for your teammate, honestly, overall, just so your Guardian doesn't take any damage. He is Sylvanus, though, so, you know, wisps and all that, he went down very, very quickly. However, next time, make sure you pull the buff, just in case you get a Guardian in your team that's not Sylvanus and he's not as strong. Early on, nice quick push, that's what we like to see. This whole wave should go down now. We should be looking to pressure here straight away. Great axe to the face, good pull from the Sylvanus coming out. Get the autos, land the autos, don't switch targets, one more hit will do it. Nice hail of arrows for the first blood. So you got yourself in a great position early on in this one. Just going to turn the sound up a little bit, so it seems a little bit quiet at my end, so it might be quiet at your end. And we are back in once again to the farming stage. So with this early pressure, you've managed to run out for yourself. You should be able to keep it up and keep pressuring onto these two. Great axe once again. Oh, unlucky with that pull from Sylvanus. He came around the corner. Trying to make some nice plays for yourself. You pushed up, good decision to back off. There's no reason to be that far forward. I mean, to be honest, you could stay that far forward just because you've got ward here, and you can also see that the jungle is in this area, and mid lane is also not there as well because I believe he's dead. That's right, she's dead. So yeah, I mean, you could stay around here. You don't have to worry about being too close and personal. I mean, if you look at it right now, as long as you've got a ward there, you can stay further up and keep poking this, keep the aggression on. I mean, you've already blown the health potion on Rama anyway, so keeping to poke him down is going to force him back a little bit more already. So what do we know about this game so far? Well, you got first blood for your team. However, your team is behind at the moment because of the kills that have gone on elsewhere. Looks like double kill to the solo lane. Very long range auto coming out from you there as well. Sorry, axe there from you as well. Would have been cool if you got it. She should have been punished really for that. And she's going to get punished. Oh, she's going to get punished hard. Good autos overall. I'm not going to give you credit for the last auto because that was because of the taunt that you hit that one. But hey, some good autos coming out. Ram is walking into a wall right now. He seems to have given up on life. This laning phase looks very, very dominant for you. So we're going to skip through some of this. And I'm going to see what you could actually do in the positions you're in. I'm guessing you're going to go for Transcendence in this lane. But with a laning phase like this, and you go on to lose the game, the one thing that stands out to me is your rotations are going to have to be important. They're going to have to be crisp. You're pushing up this lane consistently. I expect this to continue throughout the game. If this is continuing throughout the game, your rotations need to be on point. You need to be looking for gold furies as soon as you see the jungler in the solo lane again, especially when you see him in the solo lane. Try and get your Fenrir over. This is what you should be looking to do. Even if you've got a team that's not doing very well.
Your right tower is under attack.
Right, you've got Mercury coming in, you've seen this, you just back away, good, Mercury goes away again, back to Farmerino in.
Your middle tower is under a killing spree.
Now this isn't the easiest thing to keep an eye on, but what you should be trying to do is find out what's going on in the other lanes considering they're losing. So you know Chang'e got assaulted early on and went down. You also saw Fenrir went down early on as well. But when you look across the way at the other side of the team, what's been going on there? Well, so far Hades started off in solo lane, but he's now transitioned mid, which either says to me Isis isn't comfortable in mid, or Hades is so dominant in this lane he's able to roam a lot, which means you should be aware of this going into the later stages of who the big boy really is on this team. Mercury's got himself on the scoreboard with 2 assists, but it's Hades that's the big killer right now. So you want to be keeping an eye on him in team fights. Luckily though, you know, Ullr against Hades isn't the worst matchup for Ullr in the world because he can jump out of the ultimate. And you should be definitely looking at getting beads a little bit earlier on just so you could avoid the fear, if possible, when he does come in for the ganks. Because he will, by the look of him, he's roaming around a lot. I know it's not the easiest thing in the world to watch, but because you're only farming, you can keep an eye on this. Now you know there's a big fight going on in mid, your support has not rotated. Now, because this lane's so dominant, you probably should be trying to rotate yourself if you can. Or you should be trying to get Sylvanas to rotate. I mean, that's normal. Sylvanas should be the one rotating. However, what could have happened there is you pushed into tower already. We just go back a little bit more. Go back this far. Athena's rotating right now. You can see her rotating. The whole minion wave's down. The whole minion wave is now down. There's not another minion wave for this long. These harpies are still up right now on this right-hand side. You're not 100% certain of this. The positioning, though, if you rotate, Sylvanas will come with you. There's no reason for him to stay in lane against this Rama. So you could actually rotate her. Instead, you choose not to. That's the only thing here that you could have actually abused. You could abuse this situation right now. Rama's not going to be able to come out of lane because he's stuck with this minion wave. There's a chance for you to rotate in this opportunity right now. Rotate to mid lane. Try and force a fight that will help out your team. If you rotate, Sylvanas will rotate with you. If he doesn't, it's still going to be a 3v3 scenario. Mercury, Isis, Athena versus Fenrir, Hebo, and you. If Sylvanas comes, there's a 4v3. So you do have this opportunity. The only reason you're not getting this one, I'm not sure why, is you decide to stay. I'm not sure why you did. Why can I not click on buttons anymore? Bear with me a second. It seems I've broken something. That means I cannot change the camera anymore. Please, camera, please. I miss you, Cam. Can we go back to him? Do I really have to do it like this? No, no. Come on now. There we go. So, the rotation opportunity was there for you. You chose not to take it. Which, to be honest, hunters don't have to rotate. But if you do rotate, you can really help out your team a lot. That's the biggest thing I'm trying to make aware to you there. Instead, you're waiting around in lane for a long time. Sylvanas is waiting with you. Sylvanas isn't really your issue to an extent, you know. He needs to be doing his own thing, and his own thing is not correct with. But you should be trying to make up for that. It is ranked games. That was a good bit of poke onto him again, but are you really illicitly going to kill him? You're not. Now in mid lane, while this was all going on, Hebo managed to get a kill but got gagged by 2 people. So that rotation, if you would have made it, this would have been a 3v3 overall because Fenrir wasn't there. If Sylvanas came too. So you probably could have helped out. If we actually just check in with that fight quickly, just see the HP bars of these guys. Just out of interest. It's not a big thing because the fight can always change, you know. But at this stage of the game, if you would have come over here, Ice is half health right now. Your burst damage is pretty strong. Athena's still full, but it's still Athena. So you do have the opportunity. Back for your blue buff, this is fine. You're still on good health and your mana's pretty low, but you will be able to get the blue buff here. And you're working for Transcendence more than likely anyway, so I understand you staying in lane as long as possible for as safe and as, you know, as long as you can just to stack up. You should not be backing. You should not be backing here. I'm glad you realised that just in time, because that would have been a bad call for you to back there. You've got a full minion wave and a half to clear. Maybe after this wave, if you just want it, you should be able to clear, get back to base and buy. Good opportunity to go and buy for yourself right now. Get some more items online. Transcendence should be close to being finished, but not close enough. Oh, it is. I lie. It's a terrible place. 2 wards for yourself as well. Really nice decision to pick up those 2 wards. The only thing I'd advise on is just getting the 1. Okay? If you look at your support will always have wards because he did take Eye of Providence. It's not an item you'd like to see all the time. Also looks like he's going for Rod of Asclepius as well, which, you know, it's going to be, you know, extra healing for you, I guess, but it's not something you're going to see. But with that Rod of Eye of Providence, it does mean he's going to be placing wards a lot of the time. So 2 wards, you're delaying your build by 50 gold. Back to farming once again. You've got good wall coverage on the map, which is good for your team. Mid Harpies are available right now. They should be available, and I'm pretty sure your team should know about these. Where are we off to? Where are we roaming to? Okay, this ward right here This ward that you just went over and placed. Where is it? There it is. I'll just hide them out. You just place this ward here. Why? I don't understand this ward right now from you. Because when you look at the map, you've got 2 wards in the positions where you need them in. Here and here. These 2 wards are covering the exact angle into your half of the base. The only time that they can get through these 2 wards is either A, obviously if they go down, or B, they rotate through this middle lane. And if they rotate through this middle lane through here, well, you're only farming in lane, so you should be able to keep your eyes on this, of this rotation coming out. So at the moment, this ward is kind of null and void right now. Because if this ward goes down, then this wall's not going to do anything for you anyway, unless they're going to rotate all the way around behind you. At the same time, if this wall goes down, yeah, there's a chance it could save your life. But that's the thing there. This ward is a bit redundant right now. So you spend 50 gold on something that's not helping you right now. We'll see how long until it actually does come online, if it does make an impact in any way, shape or form. Because I don't think it will.
Your right tower is under attack.
Good axe, good poke, once again. Next wave coming through. Now, hopefully, you should be able to look at it rotating now. Am I going to rotate? Doesn't look like it. The other issues you're having with the non-rotations that are coming out here is the fact that Sylvanas has stayed in lane with you for the entire game. You have managed to stay equal on experience with this Rama so far. The reason you've managed to do that is just because you've got those kills early on. Those 2 kills have kept you up in levels. If not, you'd probably be about level 8 right about now, which means you'd be a little bit further behind this Rama. So, Sylvanas overextended. That was a good up from him. Can you find some kills out of this? Oh, I was unlucky with the hail of arrows. We'll play it back to normal speed for a moment to see if anything else comes from it. Okay, you've forced Mercury back. You've also forced Rama to go back. If Rama stays, you should be able to kill him. I'd consider going for Rama here.
Under attack. Your right tower is under attack.
Over here.
So, with you managed to force Rama back and Mercury in that situation, there was an opportunity for you to try and rush to Gold Fury, but you know, your support only has Hog 3, there's only 8 minutes in the game, so that's understandable. We're waiting around again, we're typing. Why are we typing? Why are we typing? Why are we typing? Why are we typing? What could we be doing instead of typing? We could be walking. Where could we be walking to? Could we be walking to mid lane right now? We could be trying to help this situation here, instead of typing about please stop feed, or whatever you're typing. Because typing does not help you in this game whatsoever. Typing is actually probably the worst thing you can do in this game, unless you type in something like my bad when you're dead, or their ults are down, you know, something like that. But most of those things you can get through the VGS command anyway. You should not be typing in those situations. You should be rotating, looking for farm wherever you can.
Your middle tower is under attack.
So your blue buff's coming up soon. And when we check in with the 2 hunters right now, you know he's got his Devour's Gauntlets online. Now, you're actually really far ahead of him right now because you already have your Transcendence online and you should be able to trade with him pretty well. You just have to watch the trades because of the fact he will sustain through them. So don't get an auto-attack battle. You want to be looking to burst him down after a minion wave's gone down. Now we're going to start up our blue buff. Sylvanas is now starting to roam away from lane, so we should be taking that into consideration as well now. Now notice how this ward has been here all this time, and only now both these wards on the map that we had over here and here have disappeared. And if we check in with this ward, I'm not sure if we can see this right now. Maybe we can. Maybe we can have a click it. No, it's not going to show me the hell. Damn it! Damn it! I wanted to see how long it's got left because I don't think it's got very long left on it. We're typing again. While we're typing, there's minions. There's minions right here. There is minions right here. This minion's about to die. You could be in range for that minion. You could be in range for that golden experience. Instead, we're typing. Stop the typing! Stop the typing! Holy moly, how much are you going to type? Are you going to keep typing? Could you not find the spacebar? Is that the issue? Well, come on! Like, you just lost free farm. You're too busy calling names at your team, probably, instead of focusing on your own play, once again. Why are we backing? Okay, if that was a back bait, it was interesting. I mean, you probably don't want to try and back bait in that situation just because there was a Rama in the lane with a full minion wave, and now you're taking free poke because of it. Good poke back, though. You should win this trade if you can avoid the 1 or 2 more autos, get a burst damage off in a few seconds. The opportunity there was to show you stand to leap onto him, force his roll away. Why are we backing? Why are we backing here right now? I don't understand why this back is coming out when you can see you've got Hebo coming in around the back. Athena is coming in, but he's so low right now, and you have your full cooldowns up. All you have to do is walk up with the minion wave, do your full combo, and this guy's probably dead. One Hebo spout, one Hebo ultimate. He's got 3, you know? One Hebo ultimate, this guy goes down immediately. Instead, you back and leave your guy isolated. Why did you leave him isolated like that? That doesn't make sense. If he dies, some of this will be on you, in fairness. You took half HP from that. But there was an opportunity for a kill there, honestly, and you chose to back instead. And what did you back for? You did back for double stacking. You didn't even finish your double stacking anyway. So this back was unnecessary right then. Like, if you had enough gold to finish this off, I could understand it. If you managed to get your boots up to max, I could understand it. But that back wasn't good. That was not a good back in that situation. I mean, take into account, you're probably complaining at your team because they're not doing very well. Well, Hebo's 3 and 4, and getting Hebo some more kills will advance his build some more, getting back in this game if he's behind. At the same time, you getting more kills gets you bigger, stronger, and more powerful. Your decision to back there, overall, it just not helped with that little skirmish that could have broke out. You probably missed out a kill, in all honesty, or at least an assist. Now, because you chose to back as well, Ram has been able to get back to base as well. He's actually come to mid lane for this team fight. You have come back to lane. Right now, it's all about what your decision needs to be. You need to rotate for this right now. I hope you do. Right, he's going to... What if he's at... This ward's not good either. This ward, a bit lazy. Bit lazy. You're not going to see anyone until it's almost too late. Especially if you're going to push up to the tower, because if they're coming from this angle, which means it'll probably be the jungler, or the support, or anyone, by the time they walk through here, you'd only have managed to get back to about where this minion is right now, so you're not in the greatest of positions. You need to place that ward a little bit deeper. Try and get the most out of your wards when you do place them. Good news is you're placing wards, though. I'm not disappointed by that. And here's an example of why that ward was not great. It forced your beads, it forced your leap, and you're probably going to die for it. You juke boots in as much as you can. Jukes are great. Yo, those jukes are pretty hype. I'll allow those jukes. But we'll go back and watch this back, because I'll do it in slow mode. We'll do it in slower mode and we'll talk through exactly what went on. So, Rama goes mid, you place the lazy ward, which is still on the screen right now, but the lazy ward's coming out. And that lazy ward probably cost you an extra second, which is probably one of the reasons why you nearly die in this. You do very well at getting out, in all honesty, but we'll watch you back in double speed.
Tower is under attack.
Notice how you still not noticed him yet. And then you're like, oh no. By that point is when you've noticed him, because you were too busy focusing on the tower and seeing Rama coming in, you didn't think about the rotation. Even though you placed a ward, you should be looking at the map. They're going to get caught out.
Your middle tower is
Leap's good. The beads weren't bad either. You could have preempted the beads a little bit, with the beads a little bit more. You knew it was coming. Good juking. Really good juking so far. We're buying time. Fenrir's here now. Fenrir's here. What have we got available? Well, if we switch stance, we've got a full burst combo. We do have a full burst combo, but they are both full health, so I'm okay with the juking still. But Fenrir gets involved in this. Rama goes to this guy. You've got to juke out Rama now. You take one hit. Good juke on the second one. Good juke on the third one. And a great leap away again. You ask him a question. You turn round. Do the combo, and for some reason my skills aren't showing up correct. But hey, it's fine. Shame that Hail of Arrows doesn't hit. But hopefully your team disengage now. If they don't disengage, it's a mistake, but some of that's down to you for getting caught out in the first place. So what did you get out of that? You placed a ward that's not going to save much time for yourself whatsoever in terms of rotations coming in. You also managed to get a few shots in the tower, but it cost you beads, and it cost you another trip back to base when you couldn't afford to buy anything because you'd only just based a few moments ago before that. Keep an eye on the minimap at all times is one thing in the Hunter role that's actually quite important. By keeping an eye on the minimap, you can see how far you can push straight away. Like right now, there's a fight in mid. There's a fight in mid right now. It's currently a 2v2, but Athena's probably going to rotate, and you can't see the Athena one. I'm fine with that. However, you could be rotating for this. There's nothing for you to farm here right now. There is nothing for you to farm here right now. You could be rotating. So Varnus' basing. If you turn up to this fight, there's a potential with them all diving here like this that you probably could pick yourself up a kill or two. Oops, a daisy. Click the wrong button. That's not good. There we go. Oops, and now click wrong buttons. This is good. What are you doing now? What are we doing? We just sat waiting right on the edge for the minions. You saw your team die middle lane. I guess we're just going to wait here. Don't be typing again. Don't be typing. That's the most prominent thing to take out of your play today. Get off your keyboard. Oh, stay on your keyboard for the WAS and D and your 1, 2, 3, 4, but don't be typing all the time. It's not good for you. It gets you irate, it gets morale down as well. There's no reason to give your opinion in the game. You can do that after the game. That's what after game lobby's for if you really want to be all, oh, why didn't you do this, why didn't you do that? Do it after game, don't do it during the game. The game's still going on. Things can always turn round.
Your right tower is under
Blue buff's up once again. Gonna rotate for that. Back to lane again.
attack. Middle tower is under attack.
Now you've done well in lane, in fairness, but you've not done anything to help the team, is the big issue. Ram is actually rotating more than you, and he's actually getting involved more in these fights because he's actually using his snipes and things than you have managed to do in this game.
Take this.
Are we actually going to turn up for a fight? Ooh.
Let's switch it up. Take this. Let's switch it up.
Poor Athena. Where her health bar is, nobody knows, but she's going to survive for now.
Take this.
Athena's hard to kill, which is not going to help her.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Where are we going now? Nowhere. This ward once again. I mean, this is almost worse than the last one to an extent. Just because you've got double ward coverage here. This ward is now covering this exit from middle lane, which is one of the reasons you put this ward down. And really, it should be up here, if anywhere. If you've not got a ward here, I'd even prefer this ward right now to be positioned up here. Because that's as far as you can go forward, I guess, and you're worried about getting caught out of position here with no ward coverage. The ward here would be better than where it is right now. Just because you've got a ward here, and just because you've got a ward here already, this ward is absolutely redundant right now. The further up it is, the more likely it is of catching people in this position. Oh, this fight is not good for you. This fight is not good for you. I know you had a full minion wave there, but he does have sustain, and using the minions to his advantage, he can still heal off them while penetrating through them, because that's a situation. Look at Rama right now. Just as an example, look at Rama right now. Rama's not had the greatest of games, in fairness. He's 0-0-0. He hasn't died, but look at these rotations he's pulling out. He forced you back and rotated. You forced him on the tower multiple times and forced him back, but you haven't rotated.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Even if he dies here, it's not a great example, but at least he's trying to rotate and help out his team.
Take this.
Notice how that ward that you placed over here, you did spot out Athena coming into ward herself, but if it was here, you would have caught her earlier. Which means your team could have collapsed a little bit earlier. She should probably die for this though now, but you could have actually been in a better position to help out. So that ward would have been in a better position to catch you further out of position. Your team's trying to do Gold Fury, you're trying to fight Athena, and Athena's going to get in there, force the reset. That's the first bit of fighting other players I've seen you do other than out of your lane. What are we doing now? What's the plan? They're doing gold, your team's not in a position to do anything. I'm okay with the disengage there because you can't do anything alone. There's no way you're going to be able to stop them. See, no, we're typing. We're typing again. Stop with the typing! Goodness me. I know this is games in the past, but I'm still going to shout at you for stuff you're doing in the past, because it's silly. Stop typing randomly and focus on your objectives. We're in base. Are we actually buying here or are we typing? I don't see anything being bought. Are we really going to say base for 40 gold? Oh, okay. Sorry, it wasn't 40 gold. My bad. Like 10. It's fine. The boost too. Okay. Now, double stacking on Ullr is very, very greedy. It is great because it's got great great power for your hail of arrows, your 1-3 combo. However, in doing so, it does delay you getting up items online, like your attack speed, like your boots, penetration, and things like that. So it will help. It does force you behind. And in this game, you were slightly ahead. Slightly is the key word though, because Ram is actually ahead of you in levels, and he's also now got a kill and assist and a goal fury. So now you're slightly behind with this double stack that's got a. He's also invested deeper into his actives as well. So, the actives do delay your build in fairness. And I'm pretty sure you've not been caught that far out of position that you need to invest too much more on your actives for the time being. You should be okay with boots, with sprint 2 and beads 2 for now. So I'll check this quickly. I'm not sure if you knew this was this. Was this their ward? Because if they're warding this... No, this was your ward. So you saw this Athena go over here. Take free poke, which you probably should be doing. Why has Athena got no health bar? Athena, will you get a health bar, please? It's so rude. That'd be kind of cool if you could see people's health bars. I like that one more.
Killing spree.
So, you see Athena rotate away, you know Rama has gone back to base, you're going to go and ward. Yeah, that ward! That's worse than the last one! That's worse! Oh my goodness me! Oh, it looks so pretty, look at the pretty Chinese ward, but instead... What's it covering? What is it covering? Angle, please! Please! Those wards!
Your right tower is under attack.
So you get tower, clear this wave. Uh-oh. Didn't need to use the health potion there, really. You had a full minion wave with you. The health potion was unrequired. You've got Devourer's Gauntlets as well. Don't be buying any more health potions. As a key point to everybody as well, I mean, I do this in my games and they shouldn't do, but every time you buy a health potion and you use it, you basically deny your build by 50 gold. So by lowering the amount of potions you actually buy throughout the stages of the game means that you're going to be investing into the rest of your build more often, or more wards for your team as well. Supports do it when they get Midas boots online. You won't see supports generally buy any more sustained potions coming out. And especially in the Hunter role, when you've got Devourer's Gauntlets online, and in this build right now, there's no reason for you to buy potions, because potions only give you mana and health. This gives you health, this gives you mana. If you're using up more than that, you need to control your abilities a little bit more, in terms of how much mana you're spending.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your team has destroyed a middle enemy tower.
This is the first rotation I've seen you do. The route isn't fantastic. One thing you should know right now, there's a fight breaking out in mid, okay? But you're also missing Rama. Now, here's another key part here. Rama came through this route here, just so you know. Rama came through here, and through here. This ward didn't catch him. If this ward was here, you would have caught him. And what I was about to say about that is that you could actually get into a fight with him and catch him off guard. If you waited around this corner here, there's potential that he'll walk straight into your trap. You'll get a full burst combo off on him and put him in a really bad position, try and force him away from this fight. This fight at the moment you're going to turn up into is a 3v3 where your team is under aggress, and it does look like Fenrir is in a lot of trouble there. But you get set up for this one. It's not Fenrir, is it? It's Sylvanas. Let's find out how it goes. Good burst damage, but you should know Rama's coming in behind you. That's the big key there. You came from the same lane as him. You've got to be aware of his rotations. He got a lot of free poke off on you, and now you're just going to have to sprint and run away. Are we going to be turning this one around again? We are not. Doing the speed buff, not a good idea. Not a good idea to be doing the speed buff right now. Your team's under aggress, they're being sieged, and you're taking down the jungler's speed buff, so that's going to deny your jungler now. Just so you know what you've just done there. His respawn is over 40 seconds. The buffs only stay on the ground for 30 seconds time. So when you taking down that speed buff, you may have denied the enemy getting it, okay, but you've also denied your jungler from getting it as well, which means that your jungler's not going to have the mobility that they'd like, or the attack speed they'd like either. You denied your own jungle there. Not sure why. Not sure why. You've gone back to left-hand lane. Mid lane tier 2 tower is going to get assaulted soon, I'd expect. If these guys were... I mean, this is low-end division as well. I believe you said you were bronze. Let me just check it out. Was this a bronze 2 game? It's a bronze 2 game, right? In bronze 2, you're not going to get punished for this as much as you would do in a higher division, like from silver, gold onwards. Honestly, you'd have been punished even harder for this. This tier 2 tower would be down now because all these guys would not have gone back to farming. Like Athena's gone up here, you've got Mercury over here, and you've got Hades over here. These would all be mid right now because your whole team's dead, and this tower would have fallen. They could potentially even go for a Phoenix in this situation because of their HP bars. As you can see on them right now, they're all pretty much full health. They could take the Phoenix as well while you're off split pushing and taking down that speed buff. You haven't died, which is good news for you in terms of your play and how you're doing in the game, but you've not really done that much other than farm your lane. The 2 kills that you actually got in lane were mainly down to you and Sylvanas combining very, very well together, but since then you've not found anything on your own. It's not easy to find something on your own as a hunter, I'm not trying to say that. You actually keep the T2 tower alive. Barely. Barely is the key word there. Rama might pay with his life, but you're back farming again. Notice how that speed buff's gone. Notice how that speed buff gone. You didn't even pick it up. I mean, I could understand you doing it if you were going to pick up the speed buff yourself. Because you might as well have picked up the speed buff if you were going to drop it like that, because nobody got it on your team. All you got from that was experience in gold, and you denied your own team a buff, including yourself. Now we're on the roam. We're level 17. We're pretty strong right now, you know. We've got full Devourer's Gauntlets, full Transcendence. Full boots, so we've got some penetration in there too. And now we're wandering around looking for options. Good decision to go and defend this tier 1 tower on the left. You don't want Athena getting it for free, because that'd just be weird if Athena managed to split push. Okay, you're going to turn up for this fight. Good. I'm glad you turned up for the fight, but who are we aiming for? Who are we for? Well, Ram should be dead here. You should get a kill in this one. Good hail. Good hail of arrows. The sprint was a bit unnecessary. I guess you took it to close the gap, make sure you got in range for it. But that wasn't your kill, in fairness. I'll put this out there now because Hebo would have got it with Sylvanas' help. Rama shouldn't have got away from that one. You took the kill, which is fine. You're a hunter. I don't have an issue with you getting the kills. It's just the fact that I don't want you going out of this game thinking you did all the work and got the kills because you didn't die, when technically it was your team that did all the work and you just last hit and picked up the kill.
Your left tower, rampage.
So your team all went mid lane, and you went back to farming. You're getting pinged out by your team. Oh, I'm guessing that you get pinged out by the enemy team there, because they know you're coming. You're here with no wards. Your team just died in middle lane. How long does it take for a Mercury and a Hades to transition all the way over from middle lane to this lane? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. What are my cooldowns right now? I have beads. My sprint is on cooldown for another 17 seconds. Can I out-juke a Hades and a Mercury? Quick check in with Hades and Mercury. Hades is 16-1-5. Should I be in this position against a 16-1-5 Hades?
Your right tower is under attack.
Should I be here? Surprisingly, for reasons unbeknownst to me, they chose not to go for you. But what they're going to do instead is go for Fire Giant. That's the reason. That makes better sense to me, actually, for them to go to the Fire Giant and leave you. Now you're typing again, are you? No, you're buying. Okay. We're getting some crit online. Notice that this build's got no attack speed in it whatsoever. I know attack speed is not that important on Ullr, but attack speed is still attack speed. Attack speed is still good. I consider getting an Executioner here, just so you can bring down targets. Don't forget, you getting an Executioner also helps Fenrir do more damage as well in this fight, in the fights as well. Some of the builds are a bit interesting, but hey, that's what happens in ranked games. It happens to us all. Okay, this buff was not priority right now. This buff was not priority this second. The reason it's not priority is you've already got one. This is priority over here. Rama being in this position right now. You just see him cleared out this Winding Wave. He's overextended right now. You've got Sylvanas here with you. You've got Hebo and Chunga backing you up. You should be over this wall already. You should be already in there trying to get this pick. Instead, you're farming the blue buff, and that means that he might get away. I don't think he is, because he's going to get greedy and obviously he's welcome, so he's still going to get him. But you should have been on this already, because your team... If you would have leapt over the wall immediately, Chunga and Hebo were here, Sylvanas was here. Whichever route he takes, he's going to get collapsed on. If he gets out, some of this is down to you. So he actually got out because of some of the stuff that you did there. By you prioritizing the blue buff means he got out of trouble. If you didn't prioritize, so if you would have changed that round, you would have been able to catch him there. If you would have jumped over the wall immediately. So Hades is after you. Hit the nearest targets to you, please. Start hitting the nearest target. Good, 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 good. Just keep hitting the nearest targets. Often as you can. Bede's a bit preemptive there, but that's okay.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Let's switch it up.
Just gonna run this back a little bit. Because there was bits of this fight that went a bit crazy for you, which we'll talk through. So, I like your position here where you're throwing up. These are actually arrows firing here at the moment. It's not axes, don't worry. Now, the beads there, you were worried about getting hit by the major luck, which is sorry, from the special delivery from Mercury, which is okay. You could have technically waited for it. But right now, there's a decision that you make just here. You walk backwards and you turn to fight one more time. But you should have been well aware this tower only has like 1 HP. They would dive you in an instant. Look at this team. They're happy to dive you right now. So your decision to turn around here, in a higher level, you'll get punished for this a lot more. You'll get punished for this a hell of a lot more. You actually turn here again. Now this turn, after your beads are on cooldown as well, is very dangerous. That Icy Spirit Ball hits you, you're dead. They could just full dive you here. They choose not to. I'm not sure why.
Let's switch it up.
And I think you turn one more time. Now turning again is another issue. This has 1 HP from death. You're not going to be able to kill anyone from this position. The turn here was very, very risky. And you should die here, in all honesty. You should have probably died. But you don't in this game, which is fine. But you've got to really think about that. Go into your next few games about your positioning a little bit more. Now your B's on cooldown, you get hit by taunt. It doesn't look like Athena max taunt at all there. Looks like she's max damage, but hey, that's okay. It's nothing to do with you. You should know that though in your games, but you've not been hit by taunt too often to really do anything. You think he's going to fall here? Can you find a kill? No, I don't think you can. And I'm pretty sure this game goes on a lot longer, and your score does get a little bit better. I mean, you did send it in saying you went 7-1-5. And I can see why you went 7-1-5, because you're turning up to the engagements either late, or you're getting your positioning not too bad, and the team's not going aggressive enough onto you. But you're not being a big enough impact in this game, Engel King. You've had opportunities throughout this game to rotate, to try and make a difference in these fights, and you've chosen not to. Instead, you sat in lane and typed a lot, complaining about your team, when you could have had options to actually help out your team. A couple of incidents where you saw that Ram, you could have lapsed over the wall, taking down the speed buff wasn't the greatest idea in the world either. Your ward positioning can be worked on as well going into your next games. If you work on your ward position a little bit more, they'll be in a better position to catch people out of position as well as save yourself from getting ganked. From your personal standpoint and your personal play, try and abuse the situation you find yourself in. I feel like you try to by going Transcendence into Devourer's Gauntlets because you were ahead in lane, but the rest of the team wasn't doing so well, so you actually going for this double stacking meant that you didn't come online for a little bit longer than you generally would do if you went for a standard sort of build on Ullr. I mean, double stacking is great, it does give you a lot of power, but it does delay your overall late game standpoint. And right now, we're still not hitting it right now. If we check out him across the way with Rama, Rama has execution, also crit. Check him with his gold. He's actually still behind you in gold because you've outfarmed him. But in outfarming him, what he's actually done is been more of an influence for his team. He's got 6 assists in this one. You've only been involved technically in 4 fights. And in fairness, one of those was when you just hail of arrowed over the wall and picked up the Rama who was running away. That wasn't really getting involved in the team fight as such. So he's actually had a bigger impact in this game than you have, even though you technically did very, very well in the laning phase. Focus on your rotations, try and abuse your situations in the hunter role when you do get ahead. You can't always rely on your team to, do everything for you. Sometimes you have to try and make these plays happen to get yourselves out of these lower divisions. I agree, you probably don't deserve to be in bronze right now, but you do need to work on these aspects if you're going to move up to silver towards gold, because if you make some of these mistakes you're making right now, you will get heavily punished the higher up in divisions you go. Good luck in your next games, Engel King. I hope it all works out for you and you do manage to find yourself in a higher division.